Hello everyone and welcome back to another portfolio update. In this update, I'm sitting at $304,480 inside of my Wealthsimple portfolio. So finally getting over that 300K milestone, and it's a big one. So that is huge. So last update was at 291,866. So um, quite a huge jump, like $13,000 basically from last month. So uh, part of it was because I got received my bonus, but also the market doing well. And yeah, so I maxed out my FHSA and I have completed that. So VQT, just buying that completely for the $8,000 in extra contribution room that I received for this year. And I only have one more year that I can contribute to my FHSA. So I'll just be buying another $8,000 worth of VQT in 2027, and that'll be it for the FHSA. So because you can only contribute $40,000 a lifetime. So yeah, so that's pretty nice. I mean, I have some really great gains with it. I'm so glad. Like, I remember when the FHSA was first came out, there was a lot of YouTubers saying, like, I mean, it depends on your timeline when you're buying a house, but like the way they made it sound was like, oh, you should treat it as a GIC, or, even if if you're gonna buy a house the next 5 years, like which was me at the beginning of starting my FHSA. Like they're like, oh, go into something low risk, like like a balanced fund, like VBAL or something where it's 40% stocks and 60% bonds, and like, those funds have like trailed VQT so much. Like it's not even funny. Like you're barely making a return after inflation with those funds. So just to see like I'm 43.4 grand inside this account when I've only contributed 32,000. Obviously, the dividends become part of the principal, so that's why I'm showing 32.9 there. But yeah, like it's been really good. It's performed very well for me. So, but yeah, so as far as the milestones go, I wanted to take a second to look at this because so I graduated and started working full time in May of 2021, and I started investing in Wealthsimple at the very beginning of 2022, like very late 2021. I started recording it, like all my stuff, and like I had gotten all my assets over by the beginning of 2022. So I was at 39,000 when I started, when I brought all my stuff into Wealthsimple. When I graduated in May of 2021, I think I had about $20,000, I believe, just from like working like jobs like in the summer in university and things like that. So I did have a decent chunk of money. So I didn't start just to go say like I didn't start at zero, but let's say like hypothetically, I didn't start with a lot when I graduated in May of 2021. But to get to 100K, it took me to April of 2023, so that'd be 23 months that it took me to get to 100K. And again, that was without starting at zero. If I had to start at zero, like getting that extra 20K, like it would be even longer than that. I think it would probably been, maybe 27 months or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but still 23 months. The market now, keep in mind, the market was going down at this time. When I started my investing journey at possibly the worst time. This was when Russia had invaded Ukraine. Inflation was insanely high. It was like 9%, according to the government. It was probably higher than that actually, and interest rates were rising. It was just brutal. There was just one thing after the other. I remember my first purchase of VFV was for over it was well over 100. It was like 109 or something like that, and just immediately had tanked, and it got down all the way to like $80. And looking back at it, that what a steal that was, because it's more than doubled since then. So we're at $166 on VFV. So that is crazy. But to get to 100K took, like, hypothetically, from graduation, 23 months. Again, starting at 20K, so it would have taken a bit longer if I'd started from zero. But then to get from 100K to 200K, then we go to November of 2024. That was the first update. And you can go on my YouTube channel. You can see like when I hit these milestones or hit that milestone. I think I started recording my my channel at the 110,000. So May of 2023. So right after I had gotten to 100K. So but then right here, November of 2024 was the first time that I got over 200K. So that was 19 months. So we go 23 months, 23 plus months to 19 months, and then now in February 2026, getting over the 300K mark. So that took 15 months. So this is the compounding effect, guys. So even like when you first like that saying from Charlie Munger, the first 100K is a bitch, but you got to do it. It's so true because the first 100K is so difficult. It like for me, like it took almost 2 years just to get to 100K. Um, and it was a down market too, like the whole time, so it was even worse for me. But looking back on it, that was a huge opportunity to buy low, like buy things when they're on sale. So because later down the line, it produces even more and more returns for you. Because if you buy that dip, you're gonna like over time you're gonna start doing really well. So, but the time to get to the next 100K decreases significantly with each 100K. So the first 100K, 23 months, almost 2 years, and then 19 months, and then now 15 months. Now let's see how 300 to 400 goes. There could be a market crash. It could take longer. That's definitely a possibility. It's also possible that it could take even less than 15 months and it could be going a lot faster. So really excited with the performance, and it's really motivating. It's really nice to see like to take a step back and take a look at the portfolio and just see how it's been doing. And I love documenting all this on YouTube so that I can look back one day and see at any given moment how I was thinking during my investing journey. So luckily, I haven't made a lot of changes to my portfolio since I think it was around the end of 2023, where I had sold off HYLD, HDIV, and I had switched to ESBX and ETSX. And I basically since then, and then there was one minor change from cash to SBLT for higher interest in my emergency fund. Other than that, there has not been a lot of changes, honestly, in my portfolio. Like I had like maybe like increasing my gold position a little bit. Like there's really not been much, to be honest. So I'm just sticking the course. I'm keeping it plain and simple, guys. Um, that that in my mind is the best way to invest. If you want to get more exciting with it and buy individual stocks and stuff, go right ahead. But that's not my approach. My approach has been always been um, very hands off. Buying broad market ETFs, and yeah, it's been going great for me. And also just a little bit of so I'm a bit of a hybrid. Again, the channel name, the hybrid investor. I do like majority of my portfolio is in growth ETFs. So those are the ones in green here. And then I have a little bit of covered call ETFs. I don't put a ton into covered call ETFs because again, they give up some upside in order to get income today. And do I need income today? Not really. But I really like it, like it's been really good for me. That compounding, it gives you an illusion of a compounding effect a little bit, in my opinion, because obviously the growth ETFs will get a bit more, like you're going to get more, and you don't get taxes until you sell it. Whereas with covered call ETFs, you're getting taxed every month whenever you get receive that dividend. But again, it's motivated me. It's been something that like I like to see. I'm making a good amount of income every month, and one day I hope that I can just um, live off the income my portfolio generates, and rather than having to sell. And yeah, so I have a decent position in my covered call ETFs, but obviously because I have so much of a time horizon with my investing, primarily in growth ETFs. So, but yeah. Uh, Good month this month in terms of dividends. I think I got, let me go here, $675 worth of dividends, and we'll break that down right now. So we have $149 from VDY. I was surprised it paid this month because it paid twice in January, and it didn't on my spread. Yeah, $251 in January. It's crazy. It paid twice. So I was like, oh, so this next pay column that I have in my spreadsheet for VDY didn't show it until later in the month, and I was like, oh wow, I've got to wait till the end of the month to record the video because I've got a dividend right at the end of the month. So, um, Yeah, I was surprised it still paid this month because it paid twice in January, but that's a welcome surprise. Uh, so 149 from VDY, 289 from ESPX, 186 from ETSX, and 5135 from SBLT. So good month overall in terms of dividends, great capital appreciation. The employer RPP, my pension, and my employee savings plan have been doing well. I basically built a makeshift VEQT inside of my pension. So I just did a split between US, Canadian, international equity. There is no emerging fund option. So I just did basically took that out and reweighted VEQT and just rounded it a little bit. And that's what I came up with: 40% in US equity, 25 in Canadian, and 35% in international. So that's been doing very well for me. These funds have been doing excellent. Very low fee, these ones. And actually, in terms of fees, I have something. Vanguard has been doing they just did their biggest fee cut yet. And actually, some of the funds that I'm invested in are going to see good reductions in MERs. So actually, the VEQT one is going to decrease from 0.22 to 0.17%. The MER, that's not just the management fee. Obviously, the the MER might be a little bit more than that. I think it's usually 2 basis points more, so it should be like 0.19% is what I'm gonna guess, but maybe zero point 0.2. So yeah, very welcome change from Vanguard. It's great to be a Vanguard investor, knowing that they're gonna be cutting their fees even more. But yeah, these pension funds, they have very little fees. I think they're below 5 basis points, so they are just phenomenal in terms of fees. And then my BCE stock has been it's starting to recover. Finally a bit of recovery. So down less than 18% now. So that's definitely welcome. And this has been a pretty good size of my portfolio now too. I don't count it towards these portfolio updates. That's this is investing at my work, and then this is my personal investing. So, but in total 381. So this is great stuff. Um, if I go to my budgeting, doing well this year. Got the bonus, 8,655, and yeah, with with my expenses, the expenses have been quite high this year, spending over 10 grand already. But with the bonus and the investments I've done, I'm still positive 455 on the years in extra savings. So I'm happy with how I'm doing in terms of budgeting. Again, my goal for 2026 has decreased a little bit from 2025, investing a little less, but very. Uh, uh, I'm, I think I'm gonna be able to make that 30K goal happen for sure. That my plan still just has. So I have the 750 per paycheck, and then I have put revised February for my bonus, and then I'll revise a later month with my RSP contribution. Obviously, I'm going to get my tax refund, so I'll be able to do a lot more. Probably another, yeah, again, probably another, 6.5K to get to that 30K. So I'm very happy with how the budgeting is going so far. So yeah, a great portfolio update overall. Thank you guys so much for watching. Continue to. My message has always been investing is probably one of the best things you can do, and it's just great to see how far I've come from the beginning of my investing journey. And I made some mistakes along the way, but right now I'm very confident in the way I'm investing, and um, yeah, just love to share it with you guys. And thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to give this a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.